Hey everyone, so it's been a while since I shot an update on these exact match domains, and I thought I would share how they're doing today, right now in this video, and how things are looking. So let's jump into this. Share screen. What am I sharing? I do not know. Give me 1 second here. This seems to be the hardest part every time. Okay. Nope, it's not popping up. Let's try it one more time. 3 months. Okay, right here. Okay, so I am tracking these sites. So as you know, they're exact match domains, which means that the keyword is in the domain name. Okay, so if I wanted to rank for cats are awesome as an example, and I registered catsareawesome.com, that's an exact match domain website. All right. And they're supposed to have an edge, even though there are rumors that they don't perform as well, yada, yada, yada. So I thought about, when was this? End January, that it'd be fun to buy a bunch of exact match domains and test them out. So here we are. So I'm not going to be able to show you progress of each site because there's not a lot happening, but this should give you a good understanding of what is happening. And that's what we're going to go over here. So like I said, I am tracking the main key phrase, the domain name. And then if I've built out pages, I'm tracking the main key phrase and sometimes a couple variations of those, right? So here's the first site. It's April Fool's Day, but these rankings aren't an April Fool's joke. Okay. So keep in mind that these domains were registered around the 21st or 22nd of January. And I didn't really put content on them until sometime in February. And just because I put content on one site or one homepage or whatever I created doesn't mean that they all got content at the same time. So this is actually, I think this is pretty decent progress for barely having a few pages up and doing very light internal linking. And I have not used any optimization tools, just doing the basics like optimized meta title, and then the SEO title is optimized as well, and then using the key phrase 2 or 3 times throughout the article, right? And I've also done very light internal linking. Okay, so there's nothing crazy happening here. There hasn't been any link building or any of that, right? So there's what, 23 of these exact match domains in a certain niche. And then I bought another set of exact matches that I thought were super cool for whatever reason. But this one focuses on this niche for whatever reason. If something interesting happens with the other exact matches, I'll show those too. Why not? But right now I'm showing you those original 23 that I bought all at once or around the same time frame, I want to say. So the main key phrase gets 260 searches, global volume is 480, and it goes up and down. It fluctuates a fair amount, anywhere from 39 to 80. Okay. And then this is a small one. It's been sitting anywhere from number 5 to number 10. Sometimes it'll fluctuate. I believe this is a new one down here. And here's another one. So as you can see, it's doing okay for some of the lower search volumes. Okay. But there are other low search volumes that it's not ranking for, right? There could be many reasons for that, but let's keep moving. So this is one site. This is another site. So this is really funny because this only has 3 pages. So you have the home page and 2 other pages that were published. And like I said, no special treatment, nothing crazy going on. Meta title and the SEO titles match. And then I make sure that the main key phrase is used 2 or 3 times throughout the article, and very light internal linking. If there's only 3 pages, there's only so much internal linking you can do. But these 2 have been sitting here for, I want to say, a week or 2, something along those lines. So for a 3-page site, cool. You know what I mean? And this one is 1,000 searches per month. So that makes me happy that that is happening. Okay, so this is another site. And as you can see, we have bigger search volumes, whereas the last 2, the biggest one is 2,900, 880, 260, but it's in the top 100 for 260. And this one was 1,000 searches per month. Now this one has much bigger ones, and I have high hopes for this one. Let's just see. Again, they're all exact matches. So usually the exact match domain, the home page one that I have it set up for, is usually the very first keyword. So it gets this many. The rest of the keywords that play off of the domain key phrase, look at the potential over here. That's crazy. Like I said, some of these sites got their home pages done barely 6 weeks ago or so. And then the rest of the pages get published whenever I have time. I believe this one has 1, 2, 3, 4. So a total of 5 pages. That's it. So they're hitting their main key phrases, right? That's what the meta title and SEO title and, you know, sprinkled in the content somewhere. And then this is actually a long tail one I did on purpose. And it just came to life. So let's just see, let's keep it moving. So this one, again, a lot of, oh no, don't delete it. A lot of mixed stuff here, right? So the main key phrase gets a minimum of 22,000 searches. It's not in the top 100. Okay, these ones made an initial debut at 95 and 84, and then they dropped out. The next 3 haven't hit. And these 2 have been like this for about a week as well, I would say. So it's really funny. We have 50 searches, 880 searches, and then you don't see any long tails, but that's okay. That's okay for now, because I mean, if we want to count from when the content was put on the site, I mean, it's barely been 6 weeks. And frankly, that was just a homepage article, right? Content. After that, I created a few pages. So this shows 7. So there might be maybe 7 or 8 pages for this site. Okay, so instead of going with just rankings, I kind of wanted to mix it up with what Google Search Console shows. And it's nothing like dramatic or anything. This is what new sites should look like with barely any content on them. So here there were queries, but I switched to pages. All the pages were indexed and we're getting an okay amount of impressions, right? Here's another one. This one's showing since I believe it had said February 28th or something along those lines. I'll have to go back and check. Like there's about 43 queries that the impressions are being served for. So that's a good sign of healthiness. I can appreciate that. Okay, and then here is the last image. And this one, it's really funny. I've been waiting on this one to wake up, and it's starting to wake up a bit. So the domain name, the main key phrase, gets 33,000 searches supposedly per month. Okay, so it's not ranking for that yet. You're going to see 0 searches, I guess, and these low volume keywords that I purposely targeted for testing purposes, right? And it's funny because you see a lot of 10 searches per month not ranking yet. I mean, this one did, but then you have 260, 590, and 140 searches per month starting to rank. So that is super cool, and that makes me happy. I think I'm seeing the most that I've seen so far, frankly, like in the last week or so. And there's still a few, quite a few, not quite a few, a handful of sites that are still one page, like the main home page has content and then no other pages exist. And for those, like GSC is kind of, I mean, it's not as exciting as the rest of these that I've given more attention to for whatever reason. So that shows me that, and with affiliate or informational sites, right? These are not local at all. These exact match domain sites, I would have to test with backlinks. I don't want to go down that road right now, but you certainly need more than one page at least. Because if I had just created the homepage on all of them so far and none of the inner pages that I have published, I would be just sitting at this and it would be dead, right? Most of these would say not ranking for the homepage term, main key phrase. With that said, I think it's a good idea to build out a minimum of 5 to 10 pages for each one of them. Most of the sites so far, if the rankings aren't showing, like, hold on, let me go back. Like this one just popped up this week too. So if I'm not seeing anything here, if I go under Google Search Console or Ahrefs, the software tool I've talked about, they're showing some sort of data, okay? And like I said, this has about 5 or 6 pages published. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Google Search Console actually looks pretty decent for pages, for sites that have pages 5 or more, right? The only ones that kind of look dead are the handful of sites that I have not developed more content for. So only the homepage exists for those. And this one just makes me laugh because it's literally 3 pages, right? It's literally 3 pages. So at most, with internal linking, each page is, linking to the other one. And it's looking all right to me. Anyways, so January 21st, February 21st, March 21st. So it's April Fool's Day. I mean, these sites are not that old, so I'm not worried. It's taking a hot minute to wake them up. And that's how it's supposed to be, especially for the bigger searches. If the smaller searches are having trouble waking up, then the more competitive key phrases, the bigger ones, are definitely going to take a little more time, especially if I really want to rank for something like 40,000 searches per month. But even in between 2,000 and 4,000 searches per month, it's just, I expect around the 6-month mark for them to just really kind of come out of the hotly debated sandbox that people talk about. So that's my progress report for now. I think what I would like to do is focused on 2 or 3 sites per month and make sure that they meet a minimum of 5 pages per site, because as I've shared, the 1 page really isn't going to cut it, right? I need to have a few pages, and I think there's only 1 site that has 10. I want to say 10 pages or so. Could be wrong. I would, with so many sites or domains I've registered, it's hard for me to pull information off of memory like this. And I run an SEO agency full time, so I kind of have to, not kind of have to, I have to finish that work. And then when I find time, I focus on these because this is fun for me. And I think I'm having so much fun with the domain names and the sites that I might decide to maybe sell a couple. We'll see. We will see. Anyways, that's all I have for now. I will be sharing a few cool things. I'll share a review of Jarvis that I'm getting ready to do soon. But most of these sites, in a separate video, I shared about how I'm producing content, and most of them I've used Jarvis, and a couple of them I've used a writer for. So we'll discuss the pros and cons in detail later. Anyways, let me know if you have any questions. Let me know what you are seeing in the search engines. All right, happy testing, you guys.